Alright, welcome to McDonald's Treasureland adventure. This is a game for the Genesis, and this is a tutorial for how to speedrun it effectively on a beginner difficulty. First thing you want to go is the options. You want to do left, right, A, B, C. You're going to switch language to Japanese. This will save about a second total in the run. If you're not concerned with getting a world record time, it's not that important. Anyway, game start. You're going to want to mash start here. Anytime the screen goes black like that, it's initiating a cutscene. Alright, so we move right. I'm not going to describe my attack on enemies if it's not important or pretty obvious what I'm doing, but just know that the route that I'm taking is optimal. Right here we have to take that hit. It's a minor time loss to avoid it. Right here, landing on the ground like this is slightly faster, but you have to be very quick with your inputs. I'm going to assume henceforth that you already know how the game controls, so I'm not going to be explaining anything that's not obvious. Coming up, we have a damage boost. There's two of them. Once we bounce off there, and then here, we bounce off this guy. Right here, we're gonna do something very important in the run. It's called scarfing damage. Basically, when Ronald has his scarf out, he ignores knockback. So we need that power up because by the time we get to the boss, we need full magic. You can short hop that jump on the last jump on the water wheel. It's a little bit faster. Alright, so at this point, what I do is I evaluate my flower count. So you see I have 1 gold flower and 0 white flowers. So that's the 3 flower meter on the right. When we get to the end of this stage, we want to have bare minimum 1 gold and 1 white flower. So I see that I already have a gold flower, but I'm missing that white flower that I want. So up ahead there are 2 flowers. There's a gold one and then there's a white one. If we already have the gold one, we don't want to collect it because collecting it will give us another gem of health. We will be at full health by the time we get the next gold flower that we actually want, and we want to be entering cave at full health. So I'm going to be skipping this gold flower, but I'm going to be getting this white one right here. So I just made a little mistake there. You just would hop on here and then just keep walking right off here and just balloon up here. Alright, Waterslide. There are 3 important things to collect here. There's a health gem, there is a gold flower, and then there's a white flower. We want to be entering cave at full health, full flowers. The gem is on the left, so we want to grab that. Next objective is in the middle. Is the gold flower, I believe. Or, yeah, sorry, the white flower to the left, then gold flower in the middle. Alright. So you notice I only have 2 white flowers. That's because this screen has the last one. You can grab these in 3 jumps, or in 2 jumps like this. You can either grab the left 2 on your first jump or the right 2 on your second jump. But each jump you do there basically costs an extra half second, and the screen will not advance until you collect all 3. So the following screen is very timing dependent, so I'm going to be pausing as I'm walking right here. Alright, so we're going to be scarfing damage like a madman here. There's a bunch of platforms coming up, and you just have to trust my jumps that they are there. If you want to do in a casual run to like learn where they are, that's fine, but if you go through it properly, you should not have to stop moving. And again, this is all dependent on jumping and using the scarf when you're about to take damage so you avoid the knockback. Taking any knockback will completely offset your timings on this entire section. There's another one right there. This one you don't have to scarf. Alright, here we do a short hop, and we're going to be grabbing, I don't have my mouse displayed on my thing, capture cursor. Alright, so we're going to be jumping, and we're going to be grabbing this right here. We're going to be basically short hop here, and then jump up there. Again, continuous movement. If you do it right, you should fall off here without being hit by this water. This next part's a little tricky. So we need to time our scarfing of damage so we keep moving. So what's going to happen is I'm going to jump, take scarf damage in the air as I'm about to land. So I need to be scarfing at pretty much the apex of my jump. Alright, we're going to keep moving right. We need to scarf damage again. It doesn't look like we're going to need to, but we do in fact need to do this. It just barely clips you. Short hop, scarf, grab, hop up. There's 3 dragons. If you do that section optimally, there will be only 2 dragons that spawn because of the object limit. 2 dragons and 3 dragons, doesn't matter. You can dispatch them both in one hit. Alright, the timing on this section is a little precise. All of this is just, all these moving platforms are based off of the timer of entering this particular area. So this is going to be going up, and right as it's about to, yeah, right here. This is where we need to be jumping. I'm going to be jumping a little late here. As long as you make this cycle, you're good. There's nothing important down there, don't worry about it. This screen, we just keep walking right. Once we get to the bottom, however, we're going to be doing 2 kind of precise-ish jumps, and we're going to be doing landing magic on the next one. Alright, this screen will the boss will only appear once we collect all the treasure, so we want to collect this as fast as possible, of course. Alright, so bosses. In this game, bosses only become vulnerable once they have inhaled one of your gems. So they will all have this pattern where they do this inhale thing, and you want to have them hit a gem. We want to jump up here, and we're going to start doing another way that we can avoid knockback, which is by crouching. While Ronald is crouching, and while Ronald has his scarf out, he will not be knocked back by any damage. So basically, once he finishes inhaling, we're just going to mash magic. 4 hits on beginner if you have level 3 magic, which you should at this point. Remember, we grab 1 magic in forest, and then we grab another piece of magic here. Once it finishes fading to black, mash start. You don't have to see any bit of that cutscene. Alright, welcome to Train. This is an auto-scroller. There's one thing you want to look out for. There's this bird right here. He can cause you to lose a run by falling down there, since you don't have any balloons until that one I just grabbed. You're going to want to make sure to grab every balloon you can. Alright, so a couple of things you can do to show off here. This guy right here, this little post right here, when that appears on the screen, you can throw magic. The one on the right, once this little post right here appears, you can throw magic, you can get cool off-screen kills. It's not that important. Again, this is an auto-scroller, there's not really any way to make this go faster. At least that we know of presently. So, yeah, just don't take excessive damage. You have opportunities to basically fully heal by the time you get to anything that actually matters in this stage, but just don't be sloppy. I try to get full flowers by the end of the level, but that's not always possible. There is a gold flower right here, but you want to be careful. Alright, right here, this is the only time save that we have for the auto-scrollers, and it involves going in that shop on the right. What we're going to do is we're going to walk up as fast as possible, enter the shop, and mash B and C at the just alternatively, just so we get the best cycle. Both buttons work, and cancel out of the shop. The end result is the screen advances a little bit. If you do that frame perfectly, you won't even see a single frame of the shop, it'll just be black. I've only ever gotten it in 1 run, and obviously it's 1 frame, so it's not that big of a deal. If you want to get that vanity thing right there, you have to use the scarf to hook up there. Those gem containers will full heal you, and that is something that is very relevant in beginner difficulty. Especially towards the end of the game, we will actually be using those gem containers as our primary means of healing. Your magic can't exceed 3, so any power-ups I collect henceforth are just vanity power-ups. I don't really actually need any of them. again, just more auto-scrollers. Coming up is the end of the Train auto-scroller part 1. There's another auto-scroller on Train after this, but there is a section coming up where it is not auto-scroll. And yeah, as you approach these, you just want to just keep walking right. There's a vanity 1-up right there. Alright. Just assume my movements are optimal. Basically, I'm just holding right this entire time and just timing jumps. Alright, here, this is the first, I guess, gem speed bump. Just want to match these text boxes. It's, so Textbox Matching is actually a subject here. Every cutscene has a certain, you have to hold down the C button to advance it faster. Once it finishes displaying, you need to tap C again. That is a C down input. That's different from C hold. So knowing the number of text boxes is important. So this first one is 3, 4, 2, 3. Once the music resumes, you gain control of Ronald, and you can do a single jump and hook up there. Alright, this is the second to last auto-scroller of Train. You can literally just crouch this entire time, and you'll be fine. But there is a couple of power-ups that you're going to want to collect. First and most importantly is this balloon right here. Once the 3 whistles goes, you can basically just hold right and mash jump, and you'll, as long as you're doing full hops, you'll get all the power-ups. There's another balloon right there, a couple of other miscellaneous things. There's a 1-up in here, I think. Yep, and then if you stop doing inputs, wait for it to advance a little bit, walk right and jump, you get a continue. It's another vanity continue. This is ballerinas, more auto-scrollers. I don't really know why, but I'm just going to talk about this anyway. What I do for this jump here is I just make it as it's coming, wait for it to accelerate to the balloon, and then keep going. I find it a little bit easier, but it really doesn't matter as long as you get that balloon. Every single balloon is important. Even if you play optimally, you don't need every single balloon that you can collect for the route, but it is nice to have that insurance because balloons happen anytime you fall and would otherwise die. So if you can avoid falling to your death just from missing a platform or something, that's a good thing. Anyway, as with all auto-scrollers, we just want to be holding right at the end of that just to make sure we advance the level as fast as possible. Last auto-scroller right here. This is actually something that we can accelerate slightly, and it's by killing this boss optimally. There's going to be a roll of music here, and then you can attack it. And yeah, just crouch there, and yeah, alright. So we got some bad jumping RNG there, but basically, yeah, we just need to be down here on this bottom right of this train as we finish killing him. And he doesn't really do anything to indicate that you finish hitting him other than you just have to count the number of hits. Alright, next section, this is a 3 text box, I think? Yeah, 3 lines. Alright, and we enter city proper. Alright, so cars. This is a rather difficult screen. It requires some very precise jumps. It definitely requires a lot of practice, but there are a couple of things that we do to time this so it's a little bit more reliable. So as we enter city, we want to just keep walking right. We're going to walk directly into this car. Normally we would scarf or crouch block this damage, but we don't need to on these cars specifically because of reasons. So you'll watch as I walk into it, it's not going to knock me back. Alright, so we took that damage, we're going to fall, and then right here, right at the edge of here, we need to be jumping. This is almost pixel perfect jumps. I think there's maybe like 3 or 4 pixels where it works, but it's very precise. Walk through. Once we hit this third star right here, this third star post, I'm going to do jump magic, to catch the next enemy. Keep walking. Another precise jump. This is what happens if you miss it. Right here, normally okay, I think it's best if I restart this to show the cycle proper. I'll record it later. Probably should have just save stated. I think I'll do that henceforth. Alright, so this is City Climb. Do not miss any of these platforms. Huge time loss, easy to happen accidentally. Alright, so this is where we're going to stop. I'm going to make a save state, and we're going to talk about Brave Climb. This is probably one of the hardest tricks in the game. It's very precise, and will kill your run after you just went through the 7 minutes of going through train. So it kind of sucks, but pain point of the run. So first of all, we need to get to the middle platform here. If you jump as this one is climbing, the sumo will stomp, skew the platforms, but you'll land up on where you need to. You'll land where you need to go. Next up, it's going to be rising up right here. This might actually be a little bit too late. We need to be jumping once this platform gets in, like, it looks like a little like rectangle right here of the girders. We want to jump. We're going to jump up here. Okay, my response jump was a little slow there, but I did make the jump properly. Let's reload that. Alright, so this is what a failed Brave Climb looks like. We're going to be jumping to this platform right here. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. I have not run this game in several weeks, so apologize my rusty inputs. Alright, so I did an unnecessary jump there, which I'm going to recover from. Normally you'd be landing on this middle platform right here. But I did a little extra jump, so let's fix that. Let's not fix that, let's just do it again. There we go. And then, so after you're exiting this platform, you want to be getting to the top right corner over here. This platform right here is going to be moving down and to the left, and because it's doing that, walking on there is slow. So if you do land on that, you just want to keep jumping to. You want to tap jump to just not be carrying that platform's momentum. All right, so this is the kind of fancy way of doing City Climb. There's an easier way, which we call Baby Strat, which looks like this, where you basically just keep walking right once you land on this platform. The platforms will skew, and you'll get hit by this enemy, which will give you enough time to react to automatically landing on this platform. So yeah, there's a couple of ways to do City Climb, but yeah, just watch the visual cues. It's very precise, but you can do it. There is a braver climb that is slightly faster, which I personally don't even go for when I'm doing runs. And I'm not going to spend too long trying to get it, but we'll see if I can. This is already showing to be a waste of time. Yeah. Whatever. There's a slightly faster way to do it, but don't worry about it. Another boss. This is an opportunity to refill your health. If you were damaged, there's a flower up there, and more importantly, a gem refill to the left. Your health really doesn't matter too much, because you're only going to be taking one hit, but depending on your positioning up here, you might take multiple hits. So you can either be on the left of this balloon or on the right. If you're on the right side, you need to be crouching so you're not being knocked back by damage, but if you're on the left side, you should be fine. 3, 4, 5, and that's it. Contrary to a lot of new runners' beliefs, you don't have to come down to the ground here. You can stay up on the balloons if you want. It doesn't affect the timing of the fade out. Again, mashing start because the screen went black, and we're at C. This is another auto scroller. Just watch what my movements are here. There's a couple of things that are kind of precise, specifically landing on this platform. We always want to be grabbing every balloon, so do so. Wait for the screen to advance a little bit. You can jump back and forth between these clouds, but they do disappear when you land on them, so just, yeah. That life is free. You can just jump from there onto this platform. This section right here isn't particularly precise, so don't worry about it. This, however, is a little bit precise. Alright, so right now, the Genesis is about hitting its object limit. When Ronald uses his scarf, he adds another object to the scene while it is active, and that causes lag. We want to have our scarf out for as little time as possible, otherwise it does slow down the game. So I'm going to hook onto here very precisely. Like I don't want to be doing a very lazy hook. Once we get that one, it's fine. This is a trick I call swag balloon. I'm just going to demonstrate it because I want to. So what just happened there is an application of a technique called balloon boost that I will explain later. But basically, the game thinks Ronald is where he isn't because he's in balloon state, and the game assumes that he is flying when he is not. Here, there's a balloon on the left, and there's a balloon on the right. Let's make sure you grab both of those. Alright, after the second wave, we want to count out 2 hook jumps. 2, and walk right. If you don't pause, like I did, that will time out to be exactly as long as you need to wait to balloon over here. Normally you jump on these platforms. Obviously we want to go as fast as possible. This is lips. Hi lips. There's not really anything you can do to advance this sequence any faster. What I do is I wait on the left edge here. And then when he finishes laughing, I just hold right. Just because. Alright, ship climb. Watch my movements. Okay, that is objectively incorrect. You're supposed to grab that hook up there, so there's another section I have to re-record. If you fumble like I did, you do have a chance to grab onto that section. Actually, let's see, do I have a save state somewhere? I do! Okay, great. I don't have to re-record then. Alright, so this is the proper strat. It's been a long time since I've run this. Alright, so we are waiting for this platform right here to appear right there at the top of the screen. Once that's on screen, we can let go of our scarf and just jump up there. Trust me, that is the timing. I was just very low on that hook. Let's try this again. Let's try that again. I swear I know how to play this game, guys. Also, where'd my save state go? There it is. There we go. Yeah, you could. There are varying heights that you can attach to the hook. Anyway, once you get up here, it initiates a cutscene that causes it to fall. Cutscene happens. Nothing we know of can accelerate this. But if you do find a skip for this, please let us know. Alright, Ghost Ship. This is probably the most skill-intense section of the game. If the Brave City climb was difficult, welcome to more of that. Alright, so we want to take this first door. I'm going to save state right here. Let's see, let's just say 6. Sure. My save states are already ruined from a previous run anyway. Alright, so this entire section we're going to be holding left. We're not going to let go of left in this entire room, but it requires a very specific series of jumps. So what we're going to be doing is once Ronald gets to right here, this little black edge here, we're going to do a jump and we're going to be grabbing the right half of a hook that's going to be appearing over here. It is actually relevant that we grab the right half. We immediately let go. We do not hold onto that hook at all. I am still holding left. We are going to scarf to grab the left half of this hook. Again, it is relevant that we grab the left half. It's also relevant that we actually get the timing. I have not run this game in weeks, so apologize for rusty inputs. Before any run, I would test this room repeatedly, so. Alright, as we're landing, we want a magic. And then here, I'm actually a little bit late on this. We are going to jump, and we're going to be grabbing the left half? Or is it, no, it's the middle. We don't want the left half. Specifically the middle or right half of this hook. Or is it the left half? Because we want to be grabbing the left half of that hook that we just took right there. So let's try this again. I am a professional speedrunner. There we go. And if you do that right, you can just keep walking left and you'll be able to land on that platform without any hassle. The worst case scenario, so there's a couple of points you can mess up, but so a couple of recoveries you can do, because it's important to know recoveries as well. So if I just grabbed a little bit too far on the right, if you keep holding left, you'll take a damage, but you'll be able to grab this hook right there. It's slightly inoptimal, but it is a recovery strat that you can recognize in advance. A lot of people have problems when they speedrun that they have to resort to panic strategies a little bit like too early, or sorry, as soon as they are happening. You can actually anticipate if you're going to mess up that jump in advance, so good to know. Another problem that happens a lot is just straight up missing that next hook. If that happens, you're down here, don't panic. You want to go to the right side and just double hook up. That is the fastest recovery strat I've found for missing that hook. Again, obviously you don't want to miss it, but... Anyway, here, walk right, jump up, grab this, go left. All of these little inclines right here, you want to not be walking on these. When Ronald is on a 45-degree incline, the game adds a right or left vector equal to roughly half of his movement speed, which means walking on them is slower, but walking through them is faster. Anytime you see a down incline that you're walking over, take it. Anytime you're seeing an upwards incline that's going to be fighting against you, avoid it. The exception is these little pyramid things. These do not affect your movement speed at all. So yeah, don't worry about these. These are unavoidable. Anyway, next room's rather precise. Again, we're going to be holding right the entire time. But in addition to holding right, when this room transitions, we want to be also holding down the jump button, which is by default C. When the game is transitioning between rooms and you have jump held down, you will jump frame perfectly once you arrive in the room. And that is actually required here. That is actually required here. Let's rewind. This is some good hook room practice for me, because I normally mess up this room. Fun fact, my PB and former world record only messed up in that hook. Alright, so again, we're going to be moving here, and once the screen transitions, we're going to be holding jump. This is very important because the water that's at the bottom of the screen slows you down significantly. Anyway, you'll land it here. Just follow the jumps that I'm doing here. Here, we need to scarf damage. Again, at the apex of our jump, we're just going to scarf, so the scarf animation is finishing once we land. That was a little sloppy, but whatever. Anyway, from that damage boost, you can just walk through this enemy, so don't worry about it. Just make sure you jump on the rafts. This is another health gem trap. This one is 4, 3... Oh wait, no, sorry. 4, 2, 3, 4. Go through the door. Here's another room where we need to be holding jump as we are loading the room. This one is even more important, actually. The other thing about this one is as we are landing, we also want to be doing magic because there's a ghost in our way that we need to destroy. You can either do the magic attack before you land or right after you do your second jump, because there's going to be 2 jumps here, then we're going to go through a door. Alright, here, there's an incline there that we want to use, so we're going to be walking through there, and then we're going to be, after we get through that incline, we're going to be jumping and scarfing damage. After we get through that room, we're going to be jumping and scarfing damage. Let's try that again. There we go. Again, all these little inclines, you just want to jump over them. That room's pretty straightforward. Sometimes I accidentally grab the 3rd to top hook there, and that is a time loss. Just want to... I think you want to scarf earlier to avoid that. All right, this section, baby strats, you just want to hug the right wall as you fall. Task strats, you want to be moving a little bit to the left and then be moving right as you would be passing right through here, because Ronald does have a slight amount of acceleration. If you are hugging the wall, you have to accelerate from standstill, where if you are already moving through the air, you don't have to do an acceleration. This literally saves like 3 frames, so I just use baby strats by hugging the wall. Alright, lips. This is the first boss that actually requires a strategy. So I'm going to save state this. Let's do 5. Alright, so what we're going to be doing here is when as he's finishing inhaling, we're going to be throwing magic that will land exactly as he is vulnerable. We're going to be jumping as well and spamming magic as we are falling alongside of him, not taking damage, to maximize the number of hits. If we do this properly, we can get him before he does his second jump. Like that. That was actually perfect. So like a couple of frames later, he was about to jump to the left. He was about to jump, let's see, about like this, like kind of like this arc. That is why I was crouching, because if I am crouching, I avoid getting knocked back from taking damage, and I can continue mashing magic. Him dying here is optimal. Sometimes he will die mid-jump when right around here, and if he makes the jump, you have to turn around and keep throwing magic to the left. But either way, you want to be sort of near the middle right here, so you can be ready for basically both situations. Anyway, that's lips. That is sometimes called task lips to get him in that position. Again, we're mashing start after the screen finishes fading, and now we're in space. Strategy here, walk right, and then once you're under this guy, jump and scarf. Alright, coming up is a strategy that I don't even implement in my own runs because it saves 15 frames and I can't be bothered, but let's try it anyway. So this is Balloon Boost. Well, this was Balloon Boost, whatever. We're gonna do some science here. So, Balloon Boost. When Ronald is in balloon state, the game stops checking what platform he's actually on, and starts making some pretty crazy assumptions. I've never seen this enemy in my life. Whatever. What do I do? Do I re-record this? No, I don't. I'll re-record it later. Here, just walk right, jump, throw magic, jump again. Alright, right here, we want to grab that, we want to aim for that gem, and we want to do a short hop, hold right. Once we hit the ground here, we're going to balloon, but we're going to be holding up and right. Just hug the wall, it'll automatically pop, and you'll go through this wall. There's an auto-scroller right here. It's an auto-scroller. Don't take damage, don't fall. Alright, I will use this time to explain Balloon Boost in further though. As I've started to say a couple of times, Balloon Boost. Game thinks Ronald is on a platform he isn't. And this is relevant because if Ronald is on a moving platform, Ronald also inherits that moving platform's velocity. The resulting effect is when Ronald is in balloon state, he can gain extra velocity. As we saw with the slopes, the engine is totally fine with adding extra velocity vectors to Ronald's movement to make him move faster and or slower. And this is just another application of that. To do this, we need to be in balloon state and tap down while hovering to touch down on the ground that we want to inherit the velocity of. If we press down again while we are balloon boosting, the game will again recheck for what position he's actually in, and you will lose the effect. So once you have landed on the platform, do not press down again, but you are free to press up, right, and left. At the end of this auto-scroller, obviously you just want to be holding right so you go through the goal as fast as possible. There's an abduction sequence right here, which is, again, just more really long, unskippable cutscenes. Don't even try to pause, it will just pause the game and waste time. Alright, here we're going to be going left. I mash jump because sometimes you can jump out of those arms and be in the, like, Ronald being grabbed animation. It doesn't save any time that we know of, but it's neat. Alright, here we want to grab the third hook as you go from right to left. And then you want to fall down after you're over this first one. And then right up here, we want to take the first one. This is because there's a couple of invisible walls that will, like, you'll sort of bonk on and lose your acceleration if you touch them. Alright, right here, you don't need to use that slope right here because this entire room is on a timer. This balloon right here is really important to take. If you miss this, it's a 35-second time loss. Don't be the guy who loses the run to this. Throw magic here. Alright, once this diagonal platform is in view, you can let go. And there's going to be a series of precise hooks. It is left, middle, right. Left, right, middle. Let's see that again. Again, I'm a little rusty and I apologize. This information doesn't stop being valid just because I forgot how to speedrun this game. Right, jump, middle, left. Alright, so this enemy right here, if you hit the base, it takes 2 hits. If you hit the head, I think it's just 1. Hook right there, jump left, jump, hook. Right up there. Let's do that again without messing up the jumps. Alright, balloon boost time. Alright, this is the technical room. Fall, magic, use the accelerating slope, but here's where it gets interesting. So, balloon. You want to let go of balloon and initiate the balloon right about here. Let's load my save state. Come up, and we want to balloon boost off this platform, so we're going to grab this edge right here by pressing down, and then we're going to be holding up and to the right. It's going to pop right around here. This is where we want to be using our second balloon. And we want to grab this rotating platform. Let's see that in motion again. Let's try this again. The second one is a lot harder to do. Alright, here we want to be holding up and right because if we get too low, we fall down here. That's a problem. No falling down. We want to avoid falling down here. We want to avoid using another balloon. You can just sail in right here. Works every time. Alright, here, just keep walking right. Once you're on this platform, stop on about the second bubble here. Wait for the thing to fall, and then hold right. Get ready to scarf damage. Balloon up, and then talk to this guy. So, This save state I have is in a bad situation because it does not have the 3 gems required to pass through this gate. However, as you may have saw before I restored to this save state, I did have enough gems, and you can easily have enough gems to pass through there if you play the game properly. However, if you are in a situation where you do need additional health, these enemies down here will just keep spawning, and you can do what you need to do to get more health. Alternatively, there's a shop over here, which, if you've gone to the shop for health, like, you're already in a bad situation, but disregard. Anyway, so last dude, go through the gate, talk to him. It's 4, 4, 3, no, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3. Hold right. Now we get to soundboard. This tree, you basically just mash magic. As soon as you enter here, you want to be jumping and using magic, and just crouch and mash magic. Once you finish, you want to be taking damage, like I just did. Grab some health. You don't need a whole lot. In fact, you don't even need any. You just need enough to get there. And then you enter the final boss area. Alright, so if you were short on health, there was this health crystal right here. Sorry, one of these gem container things. There's one right there that will full restore you. Just make sure that you have more than 1 gem once you get to this point, because he's going to inhale. Alright, so he's going to inhale, and we're going to be walking to this door right here. And as soon as we see the gem take, we need to be walking. Go through the door, magic, up. This entire sequence is rather precise. Go through this door. We want to wait here, because the alien cannot advance the doors or will start doing his attack pattern until everyone is done moving through the doors that they need to be moving through. Anyway, so I stood there and took damage intentionally, because we're going to take damage, and during the invincibility frames, I'm going to line up with the alien, and then this will cause me to just every single time inhale a gem from me while I'm standing on him. This is just 100% consistent as long as he hits you while he's in his walking state, not while he's in his inhale state. So next to him, poke with magic. He'll do it back and forth. Just stay here, take damage, and wait for this door to appear. We're going to be going through a brown door, I believe. Yep. Brown door. Walk to this pink door. And we're ready to go. Walk left. Take damage while he's walking. Stand in front of him on inhale state. And I call time right there, but according to the official speedrun category, the time is when it finishes fading black right here. So right about now. And that's Treasureland. Alright, so let's, I'm going to go back and revisit a couple of sections that I was a little imprecise on, and I guess edit together, maybe? Do I need to edit this together? I don't want to edit this together. Alright, none of my save states are valid. That's fine, that's great. Let's go on the title screen. So we need to go to city, let's see, first screen, second screen, that screen, that screen, that screen. I think 6. Nope, I'm way off. By the way, there's a level select cheat. It is left, right, A, B, C, just like the language cheat, but with, instead it has the game start screen. Alright, so this is final boss, climb, cars, scene before cars. When you are testing the timing of screens like this, if you are using the level select cheat or you're playing this on an actual console, always load the level before, because when Ronald loads into an area, he falls through these. He falls from the sky in a trail of sparkles instead of just walking into the screen, which will affect all your timings. All right, so I'm going to try to do car screen optimally now this time. And to do so, I'm going to do save state. All right, we're walking right, jump. Walking right, jump, 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 magic. Level 3 magic would have hit there, so I'm already seeing a problem with this technique. Jump, jump, scarf, walk right. I magic that one just for safety, and then this car will either be in the position it's on or where Ronald is, so I always scarf jump up here. Let's try this again. Standing and doing magic there is going to affect all the cycles, by the way. Cannot afford to be standing still at any point during this entire segment. Alright, so that's cars. The other screen that I need to demonstrate is Meteor Boost. So we're going to go through here, jump. Alright, Meteor Boost, same principle, balloon boost. Just we tap down on that meteor right there. That saves like 15 frames, so like it's not even that big of a time save, but I feel like it's necessary for completion's sake. I think that's every technique I need to demonstrate. I think I covered just about everything. If you have any questions, let me know. Hop in the stream, ping me on Discord. I hope this was helpful. Alright, at this point I'm just gonna go highlight that, and then we'll get to something else, maybe? Oh yeah, building climb? Sure, yeah, I'll do building climb. Alright, building climb. Alright, so once you get to the top, you want to let that platform ascend a little bit. So I'm going to ride it up a little bit. The height indicator that I use is halfway through right here. Like once it reaches right here, I jump. This triggers the sumos to stomp. So the sumo stomp on the building climb, these are dependent on Ronald's height. They will trigger automatically once Ronald reaches a certain height. So if you like wait, he'll just reach that height and then skew everything. And as you see, like all the platforms kind of get scattered to the wind. And it's really hard to like figure out where you need to land. That's why if we jump early, we'll skew in a way where we'll land where we need to go. And then the brave climb, again, it's about lining up the platform that I'm on to be like within this little box right here. And then we don't want to be on the, we actually don't want to be on the left edge of this. We want to be kind of slightly left of center. And that was way too early. So we quickly jump left onto this platform and then right onto the one on the right. Like that. I do another jump once I get there so I can land on here without taking damage. This is Brave Climb. Then there is Brave Climb Baby Strat where you just jump, jump, hold right, and you'll automatically damage onto that platform. Both of those strats are roughly identical in time. Baby Strat is slightly slower because if you do the Brave Climb, you can keep moving like on your own pace. You don't have to wait for the damage knockback to finish. And then yeah, you just want to be jumping to this edge, that platform on the far right. I did mention that there's Bravest Climb, which is it's a version of the strat that I have not practiced in so long because it saves so little time and will literally kill runs that have no right to die. But it looks like this. Okay, I got it. So we want to jump, and we'll be landing on this platform right here with a short hop, and we're going to keep walking right So we're going to walk off right, land here, and then jump from here to here, instead of waiting for this to slightly go up so we can jump over here. It's basically frame perfect that you have to do the landing jump, which is what really is hard about it. But yeah, I would say, especially if you're just starting, if you're not like gunning for world record or like human task speed, just get Brave Climb. In fact, even just do Baby Strat at first, where like you get this free damage boost to like align yourself with that platform, because the time differences between these strats is like sub 20 frames. Like, I used Baby Strat for a very long time, and then I just perfected the Brave Climb. There we go. See, if I had thrown magic, that would have been Bravest Climb right there, where you saw that I sort of fell off one, jumped off another, and there we go, like that. That's the bravest thing. The problem with that, though, is, in addition to you've seen I failed it a million times already, if you miss this, you fall. Like, you have no right to fall once you've made the hard part of the climb, which is this rapid platforming section. Like, enough runs die to this that it's like, you don't need to risk it on another, like, 5 frames. Unless you're, again, if you're going for world record time, you do you, but that part's hard enough. And then hook room, I covered that. I actually got a couple of good hook rooms before, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, yeah, it's left half of the second to last hook. So yeah, if you're playing on emulator, this is a very good place to have a save state, because this is the room that most of us practice like the most. So recommended save slots or save states, I guess. You always want to have a save state where you're in a good position with health, lives, magic, and everything, because level selecting into areas you don't have full health, you don't have full magic, you don't have balloons or other things that you would be relying on in a run. So yeah, right before hook room is important. Having a climb is important, because that's another one that you need to practice. This climb right here is another one that is important to practice. Again, let's review this. Left, right, left, right here. Top. What do I expect the SRW people to get as their times on Sunday? Okay, so it depends on how much they're practicing, and I guess how much experience they have with it, and how many strats they incorporate in their run. I personally, my times, if I get anything over 2 minutes and 20 seconds, I am disappointed in myself. I've practiced this game enough where the only time saves I lose cost me about 10 seconds tops. This game, I call it a negative space. Let's get people get times total. Okay, if somebody gets sub 21, I'll be pretty happy. If someone gets a 20 minute anything, I'll be pretty proud of them. I always go for sub 20:30, sub 20:20. But yeah, sub 21 I think sub 21 should be your goal for this game. I think sub 21 is super doable. And let me show you why I think sub 21 is doable. So let's look at what a casual city climb looks like. It's a difference of about 8 seconds. So like, there's 8 seconds right there. I used to do this route on Hook Room. So that's another like 8-ish seconds. If you don't do any balloon boost, that's about 3 seconds shorter, I think. Yeah, it's about 150 frames if you do perfect balloon boost. But like, this is the casual strat. It's just float through here. No balloon boost, just floating right. Anyone can do that. This part right here, this is another big time loss. Literally just don't fall. Like, 1001, 1002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, so what I just showed you there is that the 3 hardest sections in the entire game, if you do them in a very like casual way, as long as you don't like die or something, you're looking at saving about 30 seconds. My time is, according to the speedrun.com timings, I do a 2012 run and I make 1 3-second mistake. 2009 is the fastest human time that we can imagine, and that time belongs to Boone. But if you add 30 seconds to that, you still have a sub 21 run. I'd say that like everything else is like, it's really easy. This game doesn't have a whole lot of tech that's really difficult to learn. And there are easier strats to do a lot of stuff in the game. Like, okay, I'm gonna shut up and just do a run. Blind, I haven't warmed up at all. And I'm probably gonna make mistakes. In fact, just for extra fun, let's get a timer in here. I haven't run McDonald's in so long, so this will be fun. All right, so. All right. So what sections I think I would then ask are giving you trouble? Are you like are there deaths that are happening? Are there certain falls that are happening? Yeah, without any, yeah. This tree is a huge part where you can save a lot of time. Like this tree is a big difference between a casual and a speedrun. Because like doing this damage boost right here, like I just did that sloppy, but like casual run probably spends another 20 seconds in that map, just going through the hooks. I'd say one of the biggest things that you could do if you were learning this game is to just, I guess just memorize where everything is, like where all the map geometry and stuff is. Like, because sometimes, like for that tree climb right there, you have to do that sort of like blind, you can't see exactly where the platform is, you just need to know where that platform is and know that you can damage boost to it. But yeah, like, or like in this geyser section, just simply knowing where the treasures are will save you some time. I mean, I guess it doesn't save you any time because it's technically an auto-scroller, but you'll see rapid improvement, like just as you run sequential runs and you just remember where things are. I played this game a ton as a kid, so I already knew where everything was when I started playing the game, but see, that was an example of a double grab right there. And I also split a little bit late because I moved where my split key is, and I haven't run this game since I've changed that. But yeah, this section casually is actually a lot slower because this is another huge opportunity for time saves because waiting for these geysers is just so slow. by no stretch of the imagination is this run optimal. Like, I'm doing a couple of jumps late and whatever. This is just sort of just, hey, this is what the run looks like at full speed. That's a false guild. I split late on GG didn't reset. So yeah, anyone who's done their homework can get sub 22. Anyone who's like actually trying can get sub 21 easy. Yeah, no, I agree. I have started fights over this. I am absolutely agree. I time starting on game start and I stop on final input. And the difference for if you want to time like I do, go ahead. The difference is exactly add 7 seconds. Yeah, just if you do on game start and then stop on final hit, it's plus 7 seconds. That's all. As you can see, my record time is 20:05, but my actual time is 20:12. I've had this cursor here the entire time, and I imagine I was driving somebody nuts. I don't normally have the cursor enabled, so... Whoops. It was good for pointing out stuff, though. Let's see if I can get the vanity continue. It's one of the most precise jumps. You seriously have to jump at the exact edge of that platform to make that continue. Obviously none of these things matter because I don't plan on dying. I just realized my splits aren't even displayed right now. I'll fix that next cutscene. There we go. I guess another thing about this game that doesn't get said, but I guess it's sort of unspoken, the run itself is like basically 22 minutes. It's very short. So you can, in the span of about 2 hours, like, play the game 5 times easily, start to finish. And consequently, you get to learn where all the timings are. You get a lot of attempts in a fairly short amount of time. Also, the music's good, so there's that. See, that's what happens when the mouse doesn't jump an extra time. Mouse, weasel, rat, whatever that thing is. The circus owner. Maybe it's a wolf? Never really made clear. I don't know the lore of this game. Dude, that's a more typical city screen. Bonked. Sometimes during some runs, I see how many little M animations I can get. At the cost of balloons, obviously. Worth. I think my record is like 20, I think. Can't remember. I stopped counting them a long time ago once I like started actually being able to get world record, or near world record. By the way, Spike Balloon isn't faster. Any illusion of it looking faster is just that, an illusion. Two, and blocking right. Fuck. This is what a run looks like when it's doomed. Yeah, see, I totally just... I ruined the run, and it's 8 seconds. Like, come on. Sub 21 is free in this category. Of course I get perfect hook room. That's the one thing my world record run, or my previous world record run was missing, is I didn't do a perfect jump right there. I did the second optimal thing that involves getting hit because you under jump. Slow lips. How on earth is that a gold split? Did I really split that late? Oh wait, I actually did. No, I actually did get that split. I mean, the boss was a little shady, but disregard. That could have actually been a legitimate gold split. I'm good at this game. You should definitely be following my tutorials. And by tutorials, I mean tutorial, which is the one I just made. Expert speedrunner. For a long time, I trained how to do this section blindfolded. Stop walking, hold right. Stop walking. Jump. Jump and walk. Stop walking and run. Jump. Jump. Oh yeah, that's like off there. Okay. I like the music. Backup strats. I'm unbelievably upset the beginner run only gets to hear the first 50 seconds of this song. Yeah, 2013. 2020 timing the way that the speedrun community does. Sub 21's free.